Hi everybody, welcome to another one of my videos. This is actually a redo because I accidentally deleted my video I did about the book studies. But you know, it was totally my fault. I know exactly what I did. I made myself a note to not do that again. Unfortunately, I'm not able to re-upload that original video. So you know what? I thought I'll make a new one. Yeah, I don't mind just making another one. I still love the notes. Yeah, I just wanted one small thing. When you see me looking down for a few seconds in the pauses, I take notes. I take notes for each video just of all the points I want to bring out. So I'm getting, I'm getting better at not having to look down to reference my notes quite as much in my videos. Okay, so another video. So a new video about my experiences at the book studies. So when I first started studying, which was the year 2000, that would have been, at that time they were still having book studies at the homes like they had been doing for several decades. Now I don't remember 100% when I started studying within, well, you guys know, within like I started going to the meetings and the book studies right away, like all the meetings and the book studies. I don't remember 100% the Daniel book, but I do remember the two Isaiah books, the volume 1 and 2. They're two big books, like 400 pages each, and it took like once a week, 1 hour. And it would usually take 2, sometimes 3 weeks to get through one chapter, especially of that book. And a lot of the books, so it would take it'd take like 2 years to get through one of the Isaiah books when you got that much to go through. I didn't comment too much at the book studies. It was more just volunteering to read the scriptures when they came up. That's more when I would put my hand up. But you know what, guys? I really liked the book studies. I found it a lot more intimate, I think I would say is the right word, being able to go to a member's home, like another fellow witness's home, and having the book study like that, rather than I liked that, just going to the book studies, like a member's home, and you know how many times they would have like drinks and snacks afterwards, and being able to sit in a nice comfortable chair, because I'm one that likes to arrive early, so if there was a regular like armchair or more comfortable seat or couch available, I would sit there. Unless somebody else came that really needed a seat like that. No, I would usually sit in a more comfortable seat like that. So the book study groups I went to with the congregation, I was in one congregation for several years, and our book study meeting nights were usually Thursdays for all the groups they had. Book study groups, remember that? They were always on Thursdays, and you know what? With me, I found they were kind enough to assign me to a group where the person's home that it was held at, I could just walk there. And I usually did. I would walk there. You know, I really enjoyed it. I found I was able to connect with the other members that were assigned to that group better. Like, I find it's easier to draw close to each other for me at least, when I'm in a smaller group rather than a larger group. And then the Saturday field service. Okay, now that's kind of I think it's safe to admit that was never my super favorite thing. No, that was... I didn't like going out in service a ton on Saturdays. I think it was because there was a lot of people home. I mean, I know ones that worked all week. Oh yeah, that was their favorite day to get out, because that's when they would get all their return visits home. And I did like it for that aspect. But I found, like, you know, when I was a witness, as a lot of you had experienced, like, you never get to sleep in. Never. I remember I had to get up early every day of the week, including Saturdays and Sundays, for service. And I remember my service group overseer getting on my back a little bit about not coming out every Saturday. Because I would make the effort most Saturdays, but I would skip some Saturdays. Well, and like, I was kind of thinking in my head, like, well, how do you know I'm slacking on service? Just because I'm not out on a Saturday when you're out doesn't mean I'm not out. It's... it's really weird. I just didn't like, you know, like I've said in my past videos, I've enjoyed it less on weekends, just because it made me more nervous, because we're going to find more people at home to talk to. And you know, for some of these people, like, this is their only day off. Like, in my head, I knew very well, for like the people whose doors we're going to, like, some of these people, like, they work all week, and a lot of people work 6 days a week, so this might be their only day off. And I always used to find it hilarious how weekday service, the group was at 9, and on Saturdays it was at 9:30, like, big deal. Yeah, half an hour later. Yep, that'll give people a chance to sleep in. Oh, I hated it when we would knock on a door and it was clear that we woke somebody up. I hated the push to try to continue to go into your presentation rather than, okay, you know what, I woke you up, I'll come back another time. It's okay. You know, yeah, I'm ready to come out and say it. I did not like Saturdays and Sundays for service. I mostly did it more just to get my return visits at home. Like Sundays. Sundays was tough in my congregation. And I'd say more because a lot of people just wanted to go home after the meeting, so like me, on a Sunday, but it was also that was usually a day that was heavy for people having pre-arrangements with people. And for me, well, I think it's just because I don't drive, everybody would have pre-arrangements in a full car, so they wouldn't be able to take me. And I only went out the odd Sunday. I would try to make an arrangement if I could, or a lot of times I wouldn't sit for the service group. I would just ask like one of my friends there to like give me a ride home and stop by my return visit on the way home. I would kind of work it that way. But man, it was yeah, and just with the book studies too, like, it bothers me nowadays. Like, it really it hurts me in a way just that all the books that we studied, that I would have studied, and like that, my experiences of reading and studying as a witness, the majority of them are now to be thrown and tossed away. Like, the information is out of date. Like, wow. Since when does truth expire? And yeah, think about that one. Since when does truth expire? Books that are out of date. But not only that, that Watchtower's push to really get rid of some of their old literature. Like, they want it totally gotten rid of so there's no trace of them. Oh, and then my thoughts of why they stopped the book study. At the time, I was still in when they stopped the book studies. I forget the exact year that they stopped having the book study at people's homes, but I just remember, for me, I was convinced that it was because of, or my really good guess on it was because that the book study was the least attended meeting. And I know I was kind of right. They never had those book studies never had a high attendance at the members' home, but I learned later it was canceling the book studies at people's homes was a way for the governing body to put more control in there, because they didn't have a lot of control of what might be talked about at these private homes. You know, so making it so that the book studies all at the Kingdom Hall now. And yeah, I didn't enjoy it much when the book study was combined and it like held at the Kingdom Hall now, and it just part of the Tuesday night meeting. Well, for me, our midweek meeting was when I was a witness. For me, it was like always Tuesdays. Always Tuesdays. I've only it was. Yeah, I liked the book study, and I feel retro. I used to go to the book studies. Yeah, I used to attend the book studies when they were held at each witness's individual home. But anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about for this video. Please like and subscribe if you like. And I hope you enjoyed my video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.